As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster,
Alrighty.
are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Really, though?
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Caution. Pull up.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Caution.
Sandwich, huh? This is... I don't really like this, man.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area.
It takes longer to kill stuff.
Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
It always does.
ID is Osean forces.
Oops.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Pull up.
Our info has been updating.
Missile away. Strider 1, target destroyed.
I know it.
Caution. Pull up.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Get them before they get us!
Caution. Pull up.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Man, this takes forever. don't know who's who. Okay, then that's fine. I like skidded the ground or something.
Attack terminal.
These are enemies, right? They've gotta be. What? Guess not. Huh.
Strider 1, missile launched.
They are responding aggressively.
Destroyed.
Ooh, that was close.
Conservatives to listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier. We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict
Good
curfew,
point.
but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Missile away, bon voyage.
Ah.
General managed to convince
Oh, okay then. Yeah, you're pretty bad.
missile inbound, evade! There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to stay
Stalled.
toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We
Yeah,
archived
bye.
all the footage that we've shot, but when identification networks come back online.
Ah, you little.
Strider 1, locked on target.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a Cold War.
Not bad at all, Trigger.
Missile.
Missile launched.
It's no good.
What I
There's
thought.
still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Enemy missile coming at me. Breaking. I'm taking fire, but I can still fight. Here comes a traitor, look hard.
Okay.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? The bus in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Yeah, they're dead. Alright. I got you, man.
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Strider 1, target acquired.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times. There's a vehicle blocking the road. Radio response to hails. It's the radicals.
Okay, come on. What do you mean there's a vehicle blocking the road?
Enemy has a lock.
Oh my goodness.
Crashed.
I couldn't get enough speed, man. too low and I couldn't get enough speed.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
OC forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
The general is speaking with the commander. An armored vehicle's behind us. This vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
General, we still have drones at our disposal.
Alright, we're back. Took long enough. I don't know why I do this so late at night.
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Do not. Thank you.
System failures
Alright.
caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces.
Helicopter. Helicopter go burn. And bye-bye.
Regional forces in the center, south, and west struggle for
Oh,
stabilization
that's
operation.
perfect.
The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Osea, as rebels. Strider 1, target destroyed. Target acquired.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere. If the drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
Missile. Missile.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more
Right,
to
man.
Falcon technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling, they put the blame on enemy fighters.
Stall warning.
But in the end, Falcon technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Lucy is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch the UAVs to slave mode?
Hey,
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Enemy on me!
horses outside of the tunnel, huh? That sounds
Missile inbound! Evade!
like nothing new.
IDs of Erusian military.
The general's
Ooh,
a real celebrity.
okay.
Seems everyone wants to meet him.
It's the Ocean military.
Missile.
How'd you laugh on gas, sir? We've been bringing and we're here to help.
Target's been wiped out.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for a better timing. Nice. Glad to see the Uchians attacking the radicals. We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Driver wait. Don't worry. We won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe most film productions will make capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too. Who can we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erosion News Network. Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here.
Mission complete. Almost. Getting
I'd
there.
like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple
Got 'em.
unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
Let's see what's going on here.
Whoa, whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Okay.
Unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Allcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID
Oh yeah, you're going down.
They're Erosion fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work.
Is that
Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
is that an enemy or not? No, it's not. That's one of the escort fighters. That's
I
fine.
managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Hi.
Look on me.
No good. Shit.
See a fighter. Just how long do you plan on getting in my way?
Kaboom.
Behind the enemy.
Hey, fine. Be that way.
You're in my way.
This guy's annoying. This is why he's going bye-bye.
Missile hit.
Strider 2.
Okay.
First 2.
About to
Bandit
say.
destroyed. Well done.
Missile away.
Let's kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
Stall warning.
Escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erosion aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down. We did what we could. Weapons
Alright,
free.
fine.
You are cleared to attack the escort. Welcome. Understood.
Hey, it's not our fault we won't listen to reason. Why build something like
Come on,
that?
come on.
Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Alright.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness. Drones now?
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Locked on.
Good thing I'm out of special weapons every time something like this happens. To be fair, I only spawned with 14, so. Come on, dude.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'm having more trouble with this one drone than anything else.
Target locked. Strider 3 launching missile.
Finally.
Enemy on your back.
Barely missed.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Alright.
5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. We don't have the drive they need.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. 4 bandits left.
It's not enough to be fully functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Launched. 3 bandits to go.
3 bandits to go.
They are up to no data, aren't they?
I'm on my target's tail.
2 bandits left. Show them what
And
you
these
got.
drones are nothing now. Except for that first one. That first one was something else.
One bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like
Is
to
that
see.
it?
Another story to tell my boy.
Oh yes.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
Mission complete. That's how it's done.
Hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.